All right, I want you to step back in time with me. We're on a windy mountaintop, centuries ago, about to witness a spiritual battle that, believe it or not, still echoes in our lives today. So let's dive into this incredible story about a fire that revealed an undeniable truth. But first, let me ask you something. Have you ever felt completely powerless? Like you're just watching the world celebrate all the wrong things while the truth gets buried? If you've ever felt that way, even for a moment, then you already know exactly how this story begins. This isn't some ancient, dusty problem. Every single generation, including our own, finds itself surrounded by false gods and empty promises. It's a conflict as old as time itself, a battle for what we truly worship. And look, when we say false gods, we're not talking about old statues carved from stone. We're talking about very modern temptations, the false promise of pride, right? Or the paralyzing grip of fear. Even those little, subtle compromises with the world that pull us away from what's true, they're all competing for our attention. And this is absolutely crucial. God isn't looking for the loudest voice in the room or the biggest crowd. He's not impressed by spectacle or popularity contests. He's looking right past all of that, searching for something real, genuine faith. Okay, so that brings us right back to that mountain, Mount Carmel. The scene is set for a high-stakes showdown. We're talking about one man against an entire system built on lies. I mean, just look at these odds. It's almost unbelievable. On one side, you have the prophet Elijah all by himself, and on the other, 450 prophets of Baal, a god of storms and fertility, and you've got this whole nation watching, mocking, just waiting to see what happens. You could cut the tension with a knife. So the prophets of Baal, they step up first. They start shouting for hours from morning till noon. They're doing these frantic, wild dances, leaping around their altar. They even start cutting themselves in this desperate, bloody attempt to get a response. But after all that noise, all that spectacle, what do they get? Nothing. Crickets. Just absolute silence. And then you've got Elijah. I love this part. He's just so confident. He starts openly mocking them. Hey, cry a little louder. Maybe your God is busy. Or maybe he's taking a nap and you need to wake him up. His words just slice through their desperation, building the suspense for what's coming next. So the stage is totally set. The empty, noisy rituals have completely failed. Now, now it's time for a real demonstration of power. The moment that is going to shatter every single doubt. Think about it. After hours of screaming and chaos from his opponents, Elijah does something radically different. He doesn't scream. He doesn't leap around. He simply prays. Just a calm, clear, simple prayer of faith. And bam! Instantly, an answer. Fire falls from heaven. And we're not talking about a little spark or a flicker. This was a consuming, undeniable display of raw power. And this wasn't just a miracle, you know? This was a message, loud and clear. And when I say fire, I mean this thing consumed everything. The sacrifice, the wood, the actual stones of the altar, the dirt, even all the water he had poured in the trench around it. There was zero room for doubt about where this power came from. But here's the thing, as incredible as that moment was, it's actually pointing to something even bigger. It's like a preview of the main event that was still to come. See, Elijah's fire was an incredible demonstration of God's authority over falsehood in that one moment. But the cross of Christ, well, the cross was the ultimate confrontation. It achieved a final, eternal victory over all sin and death for all time. And this right here is the heart of the whole message. Elijah's story points us straight to Jesus. In all our moments of weakness, in all the places where we would surely fail, he triumphs. And in the face of all the world's temptations, he doesn't just resist them, he redeems. So let's bring this home. How does a story about fire on a mountain thousands of years ago connect with us, right here, right now? Well, it invites us to take a hard look at the altars we might have built in our own lives. Let's just get real for a second. What are the false promises that you're chasing? What are the altars to success or security or maybe just approval from other people that you're sacrificing all your time and energy to? You know, that same invitation from that windy mountaintop, it is still on the table for you today. It's a call to surrender all those compromises, to turn away from the empty promises, and to simply believe. It's an invitation to let God's clarifying, purifying fire fall in your life.
So I'll just leave you with this one last thought to chew on. Ask yourself honestly, what altars, what false gods are still standing in your life that need to fall?